Welcome to another Ride Along with Goggles tutorial. And this one is going to be on a fresh start with mods. So if you've either tried using mods and it's kind of failed on you miserably and you've given up on it, or you're new to the notion and you haven't ever tried mods, this is a video on how to do it safely and in a way that works and you'll have lots of success with. And bear in mind, I have at least two videos out on mod order, one for map mods and one for mods in general. I highly recommend you check those videos out too. But in order to keep this fairly, short-ish, I don't want to skip over anything, and I want it to be quite clear on how to do this safely and have success with it. And so this is starting from scratch. And what we're going to do is we're going to assume or pretend that this mod or this profile that we're in right now is your good profile, the one you don't want to mess up. You have been using it for a long time. You've got a career going. You've got garages, drivers, whatever you've got that you don't want to lose. You don't want to corrupt it. So just to show where we're at here, I'm calling this is a profile I'd created. It's a good base profile with mods, and I'm going to rename it. I'm going to show you how to save this profile. So if we went to the mod manager, or exit to the launchpad rather, and from there, when we get there, we'll go to the mod manager. And first off, you're going to see at this profile, there's no mods. So see, no mods in use. This is where it shows up. This number increases as you add mods to the mod folder. And so what we're going to do is we're going to clone this profile. So we're not going to damage this one in any way. So like I say, if this is you guys' good profile, has no mods in it, you want to keep it, or it has some mods in it, whatever, you want to keep it intact before you experiment with, say a Jon Ruda truck with 6 truck files or something. You can do this as well. So what we got to do is we're going to exit out of the game, and we're going to go into our profile folder, and we're going to clone this one. Let's do that to start things off. And you should quit to do this. Don't do it from just exiting, just going Alt Tab to the screen. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in here, American Truck Simulator, and if you don't have it bookmarked, it's under C, users, username, documents, American Truck Simulator, and profiles. Now I have a whole ton of profiles because I have a ton of trucks, and I try and keep them down to 2 or 3 trucks per profile. So this is the one, the last one we were in. Oh, let's hit that. 11:15, yeah. So this is the one we're in right now. So I just set it for date modified, so the newest change is at the bottom. And this is the one we want to be in. So we're going to clone it because that's by the timestamp the last profile we're in. Now if you want to know for sure, what you can do is you can take this and just right click it and go rename and just copy this. Don't change it. Just go Control C and you've copied that name. And then we could go to our internet. Oh, I'm uploading a video there. And this is string to hex, but we can go hex to string, and we're going to use this best string to hex. That's going to give us our new name for our profile once we rename it. But let's go hex to string, and we're going to type that hex up here, or Control V, and so it translates it for us in English. So yeah, 146, good profile with mods. So we've got the right profile. So that's just a little test to make sure we're doing the right thing. So now what we can do, we're going to right click it, and bear in mind your good profile, we're going to copy it. We're going to right click here and go paste. So right into your mod profile, you're going to have a copy. So we're going to drill in here, and you see I have the SII decrypt tool here. And I tend to put it in all of these profiles if you need it. So here's what we got to do to, if we tried to open the profile right now, we're going to get gobbledygook. So you can't do anything with that. It's all weird. So if you left click this, drag it over top, and open with SI decrypt, let go, and you see the screen did a little flash there. That means it's done. Now we can go open it, and now it's something legible. So we drag the slider here all the way to the bottom, and here's our profile, 146 good profile with mods. So we're going to just change this one, 146 tutorial with mods. And you'll notice here I have this between the quotation marks. And what that does is when we're looking at our mod profiles, or our profiles in the game, trying to decide which one to load, it doesn't have underscores. If you don't use the quotations, it has to have underscores in the name. So I find it easier to put the quotes there. So we highlight this. We're going to go Control C to copy it. We're going to go up here to File, and we're going to save it. So that's saved that copy version to this name, but you're not going to be able to open it because this name is different than the hex profile name it has now. So we just change the name, highlight it, copy it, File, Save, and close it. We could just go back up one, and it's still got that copy name. We want to get rid of that. So we go in here to New Tab, Best String to Hex, and now we put in that new name here, 146 tutorial with mods. Just Control V and it'll paste it in there. Now here's what we want. This is going to be our new hex name that the game uses. So we go Control C to copy that. Go back here, right click it, and we go rename again. This time we do Control V. We paste it in there. It's done. So now this profile and this profile are identical. This is your old profile, your good game profile, or whatever one you want to clone. I find it's really better quite often to clone a profile that's working well. And you'll have all your discovered cities and all that sort of stuff going for you. So now let's, that one's there. So let's go back into the game now. And play. And so good profile with mods. That was the one we cloned. And so we want tutorial with mods. So this is the one we're going to mess with. All right, so now we got 0 mods in this profile. It's the one we want to rip and tear at. So first thing we got to do is explain to you where the mods are in the game. So I'll just do a Alt Tab, and in American Truck Simulator, you're going to have a mod folder. And if your game doesn't have one, you can add one, but it should put it there automatically. And this is where I have all my mods, well, some of them. And I have a ton of mods in here, but you're going to see a lot of them. There's a lot of Zmod stuff, and then a lot of skins. So you're going to see Dan after a bunch of stuff. Those are my personal skins that are same as my Steam skins, but they have my name and unit number. There's just a bunch of different things in here. And there's a bunch of mod trucks and mod trailers, wheel packs, things like that. So yeah, it's pretty handy. That's where they all go. And with the exception of, and I'll show you this, if we went to C, and we went to Program Files, and we went down and found a Steam folder. Oh, maybe it's Profiles 86. Yeah, it must be 86. It's Program Files 86. There's Steam. And we're looking for Steam apps. And we're going to look for a workshop, content, And this 270, 880, this one is where all your Steam mods are. So these are all the ones you've subscribed to on Steam. And you'll see Steam keeps them up to date. Like it changes the date on them and updates them. And so that's kind of neat about Steam mods, and they're free. So yeah, and you can open these. These aren't zipped or anything. You just grab one at random and you can drill into it. This looks like a paint job. Oh, it's Chaparral Hotshot skin for Works and all. So that's a skin you kind of tell as soon as you open it. Anyway, that's kind of cool. That's where the mods are. So now we're going to go back in. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Somebody's trying to get a hold of me here, and I think it's somebody I need to talk to. I'm just going to pause the video real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, so let's get back into it with what we're doing here. So zero mods, we have a mod folder with nothing in the game. So we go in the mod folder now. So tutorial with mods. So this is our one we want to be in. We go into the mod manager, and all those mods that I have are going to be visible to us here. They're all in here, and there's a whole mix. They're all in here in different order, jumbled up. If you see with the little Steam icon, then they're from Steam. And if you see them without the Steam icon, they're going to be in that mod folder under American Truck Simulator. If they have this, they're in that 27880 folder. If they have the little Steam icon. So we got a ton of stuff here to choose from. Now, when you first start this, if you haven't used mods before, this is going to be blank, and you have to put stuff in these appropriate locations. So that's easy to do. That's a no-brainer. If it's a non-Steam mod like this or the Reforma stuff, they go in the American Truck Simulator mod folder. And if they're Steam mods, you're not going to have to worry about it. They automatically go to the 270-880 folder under Workshop. So you don't even have to ever look there if you don't want to. I just showed you out of curiosity that the mods go to two different places depending where they're from. And now what we want to do is we want to do something here. Let's, well, we started out, we got that base Peterbilt truck, the 389 from the game. Well, let's see if we can, do a few things to make it look better. And while we're right here, we're going to throw in the retro wheel pack. And you'll see I put links to that all the time in my videos. We can put in Smarties wheel pack. These are right here in front of our faces, so we might as well grab them right now. And let's see what else we're going to grab here. I think what we'll do, so once again, and with Zmod, you're going to see some have the Steam icon. So this is weather, sound, and effect mod from Steam. So we'll put that in there because that's a freebie. And it does nice things like when rainstorms and thunderstorms and whatever, they sound great. I'll throw that in there. And now what we want to do is let's look for a few mods. We're going to let's look for JC's Amateur Engine Pack. So JC, so just type JC in up here. And we'll put his Amateur Engine Pack in here so we have an engine to choose that's not a pay mod. And so far we have no pay mods here. And let's find the Peterbilt accessory pack from Steam. So that's going to be Peterbilt accessory. Oh, wait a minute, 389. Oops, 389. And there it is right there. Peterbilt 389 accessories pack from Steam. Put that in here. And what else do we want to do with this truck? Let's think. Oh, I know one. I'm going to put in anyway. I always do it. I own the mod, so it's the Peterbilt interior. So let's go interior and effects pack from Zmod. And it's a pay mod, but it's really worth it. So there we go. So that's going to give us, maybe real Eaton Fuller transmission. So we'll go with real Eaton And here we have two mods. If we were using a truck so we'll start with the Real Eaton Fuller transmission. And here's the cast add-on. And this is the one where you can put in 16 trucks of your own that he doesn't include in here. Oh, we don't need that right now. And I have a tutorial out on how to use this. So we don't need to use it because the SCS 389 is in here. So now we've got some stuff. We could soup it up, fix it up. Let's try, we'll put the Hell Creek skin on it. So SCS Peterbilt 389, here we go. So now we got a skin for the truck. That should do it. So what we have to do is get this in an order that's going to work. And what has to happen is this weather effect will be right at the top. Oh, let's just move right to the top. Let's move this one up under it. And then we're going to do our sound. Our engine pack is going to go under that. And the Real Eaton. Then we're going to remove the skin to the bottom for now. Accessory pack there, and the wheels, so they're like, I usually put the 24.5 above Smarties, but there we go. And you'll find that this is pretty consistent with the mod order that I would use in the mod order tutorials. So skins, then there'd be trailers, then there'd be trucks, then there'd be maps below this. Between here and the accessories, there'd be any light mods. So if we're putting on the KSW light pack or whatever would be in here. If we had BART stuff, we had a BART's light pack for the trailers, it would go in between these ones. And yeah, if we had more Z-Mod engines, they would be beneath this and above JC's Amateur. If you had a map overlay, it would be right at the top. But anyway, this is enough to get us going with some mods. Now we got some happening, so we'll confirm the changes. Now we got 8 mods. Continue the game. Now we should be able to kind of hop up our truck and make it look vastly different than the default SCS 389. So it's got to load all this stuff into the game. There we go. So now let's go drive it. Now let's see what we can do with it. So start with the outside. I'm not gonna build the whole truck because it's not the purpose. So low roof sleeper. See what that one's like. M1. Oh, that looks pretty good. We can go with the chassis. What do we got for chassis? Let's try that. See what we get. That'll do. Oh, the license plate is kind of just hanging there. That is weird. Let's see. That's probably going to come under bumper. We'll fix it. We're not going to, like I say, we're not going to go build the whole truck because JC's Amateur engine pack. Here we go. What do we have that might sound okay? I don't know all of these engines. The closer you get to the top, the less powerful they are. But some of them, I don't like this lope idle chip thing. Don't sound right to me. DC-16. What is that? Scania or something, I guess. Packard. I'll put that one in. And we got the Real Eaton transmission mod, so we've got a bajillion transmissions to sort through. If you watch my transmission tutorial, it'll explain what all this is and what all these numbers mean and stuff. So on the interior, we got 2 interiors with this. You get this premium ultra ride, or you get the other one, and I'm not crazy about this soft beigey pink color. It kind of, I don't know, doesn't do it for me. So unfortunately, this one has all these chicken lights up here, these watermelon lights that chicken eggs. I'm not nuts about them, and I'm not nuts about the shifter, but whatever. We'll just leave it at that for giggles. And we should have a paint job in here. Oh, that's not ours. Oh, what one did I put in? Maybe it was for, oh, I know. It's got to be specific cab. Is that one? Let's see. Yeah. So that's kind of weird. And here with the colors, you'll see that I have these presets here, a bunch of them. And if you're not doing this, do it. Find the color you want. Let's make up a color and we'll save it. So we'll get over where we have a blank space here. We'll select it. And I'll just drag that first one to the bottom left. That's going to be the base or the flake. And I find the flake kind of looks too weird in the game. I don't use it. So let's make up a color here. This is going to be the darker color. The undercolor. So this is the undercolor of the top coat. Let's try. Well, that's not a very good color, is it? Let's try here. Let's try and get some kind of orangey thing. And there we want that top color to be more orange, or the base. And what we can do is you can see if we move this down and it's darker, and then we move this one to where it's a little lighter. Then as we move around the truck and look in the light, you see the transition, reflective effect of the color is more pronounced. And if these two colors are more or less the same, you lose that. So now we don't really see the transition as dramatically. So we bring this over here. We can see more of a dramatic transition between light and dark, or as the thing's moving around and the sun is changing direction on the truck. So you're generally going to want to make your undercoat darker than the overcoat. If we took this one and we brought it up to a high degree of flake, you're going to get a lot of shine on it in the sun. But depending on the color, it can really wash out the paint and can look terrible. But anyway, and then you could just highlight there and bring the multicolor thing down. Now you got that color saved. We can just go back to my typical. This is the typical darker red that I like to use. And you can see once again with the difference in these two colors, it's kind of nice where it comes over the curves. It makes it all look a lot more interesting than if they were both the same. Anyway, just a little tip there. So there we are. We're configuring our truck. Got the big chassis on it. We got all kinds of stuff. If we went to wheels, under accessories, we're going to see that we have a bunch of different wheels to choose from now. We've got the Smarties. Bunch of those. Like you can have these big 24/5 like 2-hole steel wheels. You can have some 22/5 by 12 2.5s. Those are big heavy duty ones. You can have also in here should be the antique Alcoas. I think that's in this wheel pack. Let's have a look. Yeah, right there. So that's antique Alcoas. If you use these, that outer split ring is here. So if you want it, you can try and mess around with it, kind of match it up a little bit more, give it a silvery look. See, it comes up here, or it's white paint. You can bring it down here and make it look like it's silver. That's the little thing you can do. That's a real vintage wheel. That's like 50s and early 60s. And not good on the more modern trucks. And if you're going to use a 24/5 wheel pack, here's a hot tip. You see I just checked the wheel and it didn't work. Oh, it's all buggered up now. So let's go back to a Smarty wheel. Put anything on there. Now if you're going to use the 24/5 wheels, what you have to do is the tire first. So select your tire. I always like this Bridgestone Shiny. So now we got the tire. Now we can select a wheel. So let's see, what do we want? The typical 10 hole. Alcoa Dynamic, if you want that sort of square, more modern show truck look. Alcoa Heavy 1 is kind of good, but the downside is it's for a wider tire than this tire. And so if you get under the middle of the truck, you're going to see the rim sticking out to about here. That's probably just it. The very tip of the thing is on. You can't quite make it out. But it looks kind of goofy when you go under the truck. That's some show truck. They have, if you're into Kenworths, they've got the Kenworth, where is that? Kenworth Heart. That's a good looking wheel for Kenny's. For the equivalent to the, where was that? Oval 1 and Oval 2. So this is sort of like a Peterbilt oval. And the Oval 1 has got really big holes, which look kind of goofy on the front of a truck, I think. But you could put the that there, and on the back they don't look as bad. So we have to do the tire first. And then you could go to your wheels, find that Alcoa one. It doesn't look terrible on the back with the bigger holes, but I find it looks funny on the front. And if you're doing a Freightliner, of course we've got the Freightliner directional wheel. And what's kind of cool with it puts some directional on both sides, so you don't have, one's not turned around on you. That's kind of cool. Anyway, enough with wheels and messing around with that. We did the transmission, we did the engine, we got the modified chassis in here, we got a paint job, so we're off to the races. So we've got a bunch of mods in play on this truck. Now, I'd like to finish it up with showing you pay mods and how they can be a little more complex. So I guess we better do something with the wheels. Can't leave it like this. Put that on there. That. Put the Bridgestone shiny. Oh, it's way up here. And we'll call that done for now. Confirm order. We got ourselves a custom Peterbilt. Now, so that's quite a bit different than the truck we first rolled in here with, and be a lot more fun to drive. And it'll have the shifting sounds and different power window sounds and interior sounds actually recorded from a Peterbilt, which is kind of neat. And now let's escape out of here. We're going to go to exit to the launch pad. And we're going to grab ourselves, let's go into the mod manager here. And let's say, for example, we bought Jon Ruda's Peterbilt 389 and we want to add it in here. Well, it's got to be done a specific way in a specific order, and he shows you his mod order, but I'm not going to say I ignore his mod order. I use it for the truck files, and I put them just above maps at the bottom of the mod order, not like he says at the top all the times. Trust me, if you see how I've organized my mod folder, it works really well. And watch the tutorial and see why I do what I do. I'm just going to do it here. So we're going to search for Pete 389, and that'll give us the Jon Ruda files for this truck, and they need to be down here. So what we're going to do, we're going to put them all at the top, and then we'll move them all to the bottom. And the bottom file is going to be the key and the truck. And we're going to have the sysels. And then we're going to do the DLC compatibility. And I guess we could throw the open def in. It's going to be just above the truck, right there. So we're going to have those files to start with, and the steering wheel at the top. So that'll be the load order, but they're in the wrong spot in the load order. They got to be down the bottom. We'll move them in a sec. There's a skin pack I did for it, or old school. I'm going to do the old school skins. What else do we want to add? could do a mod trailer. Let's do a Ruda's reefer. So refrigerator, trailer pack refrigerators for Ruda, and let's do the let's do trailer pack. See if we get the open def. Yeah. Trailer pack open definition, because in there I have mud flaps for it. And there's old school SCS. Where is Ruda Great Dane? Oh, when do I have the other? Let's try Ruda Reefer. Maybe I got it there. Nope. Old school Ruda. Wow, I don't know what I have it under. Huh. Oh, that's unfortunate. Old school. What do we do? Well, okay. I shouldn't be wasting time trying to figure that out. We could just do the old school SCS box trailer pack. We'll get that in there like that. And we'll do the chrome frame for the trailer so we can at least make a fancy trailer. Alright, so let's get all this stuff in order so it's going to work in the mod order. That gives us lots to chew on. So first of all, we're going to put the trailers got to move down, and the open def will be above the trailer. So we're going to move the trailer to the very bottom of the mod order, and we're going to put the open def just above it. So there we go. We've got that skin. We've got one skin. It's got to go above the trailer with the other skins, and that skin has to go down there. Those are in the right place. This is just going to go down to beneath the JC's engine pack, or actually beneath the real Eaton Fuller. What else do we have? The truck, that's it. Okay, so now we want it to be in this order when it goes to the bottom. So we start with the top, shoot it right to the bottom, back to the top, take the next one. What you can see happening is each new one is going underneath the previous one. So we got the same load order, but at the bottom. There we go. So we've got our, we didn't get a mod trailer. It would be right here above the truck. And, oh yeah, we do have a trailer. Right there, right above the truck. Above the trailer, then the skins, then the wheels and stuff. If we had light pack, it would go in right in here. Then the 389 accessories, the trailer edit. Then the more mechanical things like real Eaton Fuller transmission, and right in between here and here is generally where I would put the real advertising and whatever. And then engines, sound mods at the top. Yeah, so that's pretty good. So we're set to go. We're going to have a jump into the game and build ourselves a mod truck real quick. And you'll see there's a lot more options, so we're not going to go into huge detail and go nuts and build the whole truck. We'll just give you the idea. And that it's going to show up in the game. As you do this wrong, the game's going to crash to the desktop right now. So, a little patience. Once the this is all established, it would be a little quicker. So let's go truck dealers, access mod dealer. Oh, Ruda's wheel packet I didn't have in there. Let's give it its default wheels. That's my bad. Exit back out to the mod manager. Two things, there was three things actually we should put in here, and we'll search for them. So we're going to go trucks, truck trailer flares. So that's going to be a light pack, so we'll get that in the right place. The trailer wheels for Jon Ruda. These are both Jon Ruda mods. And then we're going to do engine sounds. Is that going to be enough, or do we have to type in the sounds? Let's put the sounds in. There we go. All right, so truck and trailer flare pack is going to go right here. And the engine sounds is going to go just underneath Johnny Cash. The wheels are going to go down with these other wheels right here. So this is the delineation here between the lights and the wheels. So this wheel gets grouped with the others. And if you put in more Jon Ruda trucks, if you get another one, you just put the truck files in. Don't put these in again. You got them once, it's good for everything. And you can put your other truck above or below this one, it's up to you. If you add more of his trailers, they go here. The open definition for the trailer pack goes above everything. So just the way that's going to work. And confirm changes. And get her going again here. All right, now we'll go truck dealer and mod Peterbilt. Now it's got wheels on it. We could have kept going, but it would have been generating errors in the game log that there's something wrong there. So it's best just to take care of that right off the bat. So I'm a flat roof kind of guy, so I'm going to put a flat roof on it. I like the long chassis. And yeah, it puts the Ultra Cab back on it, so we'll switch it back. There it is. There's our truck we're going to build. Real quick though. See what engines we have in here. Trying to see if something that would have come with. I don't use any of these. I use. Well, there's a DD60. That's from JC's Amateur Engine Pack, I believe. So we'll just give it that. Transmission. It's not going to have. This is where we'd need the cast add-on. We're not going to bother with it because we do have the Pete interior and effect pack, which also gives you the shifting sound and everything else of this transmission. So we'll leave it at that. And interior, here's an important one. If you're like me and you like the full gauge pack, you want that or a gray interior with the full gauge pack. And if you do that, then you're going to want your GPS. So you would go to the, here, let's do a paint job first. Oh, maybe I didn't get one in here for it. Huh, maybe the one I put in was for the Ultra Cab. Yeah, let's ignore it. It's that's easy enough to do later another time. So go to interior here. We can go to I think windshield corner here, but we might have other ways to do it. Windshield sets. That's not going to work because we didn't put in Sissel's Mega Pack. So I'll put in portable navigator or cell phone, whatever. That's kind of nice because it's less obtrusive. And you know, then you just keep sliding around adding things on the interior. Change the wood to a darker wood, whatever. So you can see that you can just keep going and all kinds of things you can do. If you're suffering with performance, get rid of this side mirror. Any mirror is a real hog. I mean, it's got to draw so much stuff and calculate that it's the inverse of what you're seeing here. It's all of this stuff rather is back there in the mirror and it's turned around. So it's got to calculate all that and put it here. So not so good. If you want better performance, reduce the mirror stuff. Don't use that mirror up here, and change the mirror distance in your audio, video settings, graphic settings. So anyway, we've got a truck there. Let's confirm it. And now you go and purchase and decide where you want to put it. So we'll put it up here in Amarillo. And the reason we're putting it there, or one thing I like about this Amarillo is if we went to drive, we're in that other truck across the street at the dealership. And our new truck's over there in the garage, but here we are. This is where we can make more mods to the truck if we wanted to. And we're right across the road from the dealership, so we can just drive over here. And it's nice and close. You're not driving down the block or the other side of town. And there's several places like this. Farmington, Volvo dealers just kind of across the street from the shop. And Yuma, it's beside the shop. And yeah, there's lots of good places to locate for a first time if you want to be near a shop. Anyway, I think that's going to cover it. It shows you how to clone your profile so you don't ruin the good profile. And you can go ahead and keep running in this modified profile with mods and bring your whole game over to it if you want. So all your, your drivers would still be out driving for you. Everything would still be happening, but you can be driving around with mod trucks. And I don't recommend giving your drivers mod trucks because if there's an update required after a game version change, all your drivers are going to be sitting there with either no truck or a default plain Jane truck of some sort. So I would recommend keeping your drivers in default trucks just for simplicity, but carry on with this profile if you want. And with the mods, and do as you please with it. Expand your map base. Check the map mod tutorial, and you'll get a whole bunch more garages and more room to expand and grow your business. And I would also recommend every now and then come back into your original profile and sort of keep it running, keep it up to date. Don't abandon it. Just, keep it fresh. Yeah, and it'll just move along with you. And if you get to a point where there's a beta coming out and you want to move into a beta, check my tutorial on that, how to move. You can make a copy of your current profile that you're using with mods, and you can move it into beta. Or if it's the other one, you can copy them both, move them into the beta, and keep your old one out. So all you have to do is change the game version and go into the beta version or the other version. So check that tutorial too. And anyway, I hope this was helpful. If you've been nervous about mods, don't be. We've just gone in and added mods for the default truck. We put in a mod truck and the game never crashed, and it's going to be totally reliable. And just as long as you follow a few simple rules, you'll be fine. So I hope that takes some of the mystery away. And as always, guys, appreciate you and take care, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.